What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to the Let's Metal. Going to be on a rock metal update. That's right, rock metal update. Another 7-inch vinyl update. Honestly, I've just been on a 7-inch kick, and I told you in past videos that I found this guy who's selling Japanese singles, and he's selling them for decent prices, and only $4 shipping for the first one, and each one after that's like basically nothing. I think it's maybe a quarter for each one more, but every time I get a chance, I check his page to see if he's added anything, and he added several more, so I got some of him, and I got some other stuff. But this first one I'm going to show you is a GRAIL for me. It's one that I've always wanted, one that I just never stumbled across, and I've never actually owned it before. But this is a Japanese pressing, the gold disc pressing of, you'd think it would Draw the Line or Kings and Queens or something like that from the cover, but it's actually a sweet Walk This Way and Dream On. And this was released in '77 in Japan. And as you can see, it's got the original sleeve, the original record company sleeve on the back, and it was on CBS Sony. So really happy to add that one to my collection. It's one of the few 70s Japanese singles that I did not have. So finally snagged a copy of that. Really happy to get that. This next one is actually a pressing from France, and probably the 5th or 6th version of the single that I have. There are so many different singles of this, so many different covers, but this has come together, backed with Kings and Queens from 1978, I believe it came out, or maybe even 77, no, 78, and this is the original sleeve. Now, when I bought this thing, I actually picked it up on eBay, and he said the cover was mint, and the record was mint. I think some people's definition of mint is different than mine. It's not horrible, but if you could see the bottom down here, right there, there's actually a pretty decent sized stain on there, which I tried cleaning up as much as I could, because there's actually some spooge stuck to it. I got all the crap off of it, but the stain is never going to come out. Obviously, it's in the paper, so that's not mint to me, but it's not a big deal. I mean, unless you're really looking for it, you don't even notice it, but now that you see it, you could definitely see it's right here. But regardless, on the CBS label, come together, back with Kings and Queens, 1978. And then another Aerosmith. Of course, there's never a 7-inch update where I don't have Aerosmith, right? This is a German pressing of Ragdoll. I probably have 5 or 6 versions of Ragdoll too. There's many different covers, but this is the only one I've ever seen with the yellow and purple, yellow wings and the purple background. So I didn't grab it just for that reason. That doesn't matter. It's still Aerosmith, so I would have grabbed it, but it's still cool to have. All right, next up, another French pressing. I'm sorry, this is a Spanish pressing of Ted Nugent. This is ATIDO y AMORDAZADO. I don't speak any sort of Spanish, so I'm guessing here. But Bound and Gagged is the song on here, with the title being in, upside down. Title being in Spanish, and the backup song is, I can't remember what the backup song is. Habitual Offender. So this is from the first Atlantic record that he did, which was just titled NUGENT, back in, what, 82, 83, somewhere around that area. So a nice addition to the NUGENT collection. This is awesome. I got this from that same Japanese seller. Early UFO. Come on, everybody. Backed with Timothy. I'm going to be doing a UFO 7-inch vinyl video pretty soon. I'm also thinking about doing an Anthrax 7-inch vinyl video soon. But I'm actually waiting on one single to come in the mail that it's coming from Europe, and it's just taken a long time. But it's on the original stateside label, and it has the original record company sleeve, and obviously all these Japanese pressings, everyone I own, I believe, are in just a regular sleeve, and then it has this, one of these kind of single page. This one actually doesn't even have anything on the back. A lot of times they have the lyrics in Japanese on the back. This one just has a record logo on it. But let's see if I can get it to open it. This one is a little different in that it has the little gatefold with all the lyrics instead. Usually it's just a single sheet, and it's just, you know, you got the picture on the front end and the lyrics in the back. So this is kind of unique in that aspect. I think it's the only Japanese single I own that I can remember that actually has that little gatefold front. So pretty cool. Now there's a band. I love this band. They were a 70s band that I think gave up a little too early. Had they stuck around through the 80s, I think they probably could have been superstars. But this is STARZ. And this is a U.S. pressing of Any Way That You Want It, I'll Be There, backed with the non-album track Texas. And this was from the Attention Shoppers album. And I actually went on Discogs and I couldn't find it on Discogs. I don't think they don't have this picture sleeve available there. They have another country version. I can't remember if it was Canada or some with the sleeve on it, but this is definitely a U.S. pressing and not a Canadian or European pressing. So I was surprised. I found this from that same seller who was selling all the Japanese stuff. So I snapped it up for like $5, and definitely worth it. Like I said, love this band. If you're into bands like Angel, Cheap Trick, kind of that, you know, heavy power pop rock stuff in the 70s, that's what you're going to get with STARZ. Pomp is another thing that people used to call this style of music, but I don't hear that word very often anymore. But cool to have any STARZ picture sleeve, or any STARZ 7-inch. They just don't show up that often. But even better yet, we got a Japanese pressing STARZ, different songs. So we've got the A side is Hold On to the Night, and the B side is Waiting on You. And again, you can see it's in the original sleeve, Toshiba EMI. It was on the Capitol label. Very cool. Next up, this is a Spain pressing of Alice Cooper, You and Me, from the Lace and Whiskey album. Backed with It's Hot Tonight. So Alice Cooper is just one of those guys. I'm always looking for singles and anything from bootlegs, albums, whatever. As well as this next band. And if you guys watched that, even my last video, my last two 7-inch videos, all these bands seem to show up in almost every video because these are the bands I'm constantly looking for. But this is a picture sleeve version of Thin Lizzy Hollywood. Again, this is a Spain pressing. It's not in Spanish anywhere. It's all in English, but it is a Spain pressing, and it is on the Vertigo label. Has a slight someone name written on there and then scribbled out. But other than that, it's in pretty good condition. It's not quite in the condition they said it was. Again, this is the same person that was selling that Aerosmith one that said it was mint. It's not horrible, but you can see on the top corner the sticker residue. That is, it's not coming off. It's part of the paper now. It's, like I said, not a huge deal, but even something simple as like the spine. You know what I mean? It's pretty worn. I mean, it's probably a VG Plus, excellent minus, but it's definitely not mint. The vinyl, however, is in really good shape, and I would say near mint to, you know, excellent plus to near mint. But yeah, the cover is not in the condition that they said it was. But again, I'm not complaining. It wasn't real expensive, and I'm just happy to have it. Anything Thin Lizzy is, you know, welcome to my collection. I think I mentioned Angel just a minute ago. This is a I forget where this pressing is from. I think this might have been a Spain pressing as well, but I didn't buy this from the same seller. Let's see, France. This is a French pressing, and this is the winter song backed with the Christmas song, which is basically the same song on both sides, except Christmas song has Christmas lyrics, winter song has winter lyrics. So another band that I'm always looking for singles of, picture sleeve singles. I actually have the box set that has all of them, but I still would like to collect the original singles. So there you go. Some metal from Judas Priest. This is the US radio promo for United. Same song, both sides. This one happens to be stereo on both sides. US radio promo of Love Bites. Stereo, same song, both sides. European pressing of Whitesnake, Fool for Your Lovin', and Slowpoke Music. I like Whitesnake, but I actually prefer the 70s and early 80s stuff to this poppier stuff. It's not that I don't like it, I just really like the bluesier, more organic sound that they had early on. Whereas this is definitely more polished. Chris Sangardese, I believe, was the producer here. This is actually pretty cool in that it's a single in a post, in a folded up poster. So here's the single, but the picture sleeve folds up to be a poster of the album, or Mr. Coverdale in his hunk pose there, which I'm sure if I was a 16-year-old girl in 1987, 1988, whenever this came out, I probably would have been into that. But as a heterosexual male, that that doesn't really do anything for me. But it's still a cool collectible. Still Whitesnake, so like I said, it's welcome in the collection. It's just a unique item. I've seen it before, but I've never owned it. So, and I got it for a really good price. At the top of it, most of these I got from the same sellers, and I keep buying I'm going through their list because I found one or two that I wanted that are like grails, like the Aerosmith, and I'm like, all right, what else do they have? Because I want to see, save on shipping, and that's where this one was. So this one's awesome. This one took forever to get here. It is the St. Vitus live single, and it's just the only St. Vitus single that I was missing, and I've been looking for it for a while. It never shows up, and when it does, it's just way overpriced. So you've got St. Vitus backed with Born Too Late live. This was recorded in, let's see, 1993, I think it was. East Coast show, 1993, yep. And let's see here, it's on the back somewhere. Recorded live at Palladium, Westchester, Massachusetts in October 17th, 2009. There was 1,000 of these made. This is 810 of 1,000. 1,000 made worldwide. And I believe this came out in 2009 as well. Let's see if there's a date on that label or not. Green vinyl. Yeah, 2010 was the release year of this thing. I don't know how I missed it when it came out. I did. By the time I realized I missed it, couldn't find it anywhere, at least not for under $30, and I just wasn't willing to pay $30 for 2 live song single. But still, glad I finally found a copy, and nice to polish off the St. Vitus 7-inch collection. That is, unless they come out with anything more, which I will also be buying. So, all right, next up, this is another really cool single. I was stoked to find this. Japanese pressing of Kiss Rocket Ride, Ace Frehley song, backed with Tomorrow and Tonight, from Kiss Live 2, the 4th studio side, Rocket Ride being a song that Ace actually recorded for his solo album, but when the band was putting Alive 2 together, they wanted to put a studio side out, so they Ace sent Rocket Ride to him, and I love that song. I mean, it is definitely misogynistic and goofy, but it's, Kiss, 1976, 77, so what do you expect? But yeah, nice in the original sleeve with the awesome photos from that time period, and the big giant bold Japanese letters. Really cool cover. Dig it. All right, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, 4 or 5 more. Next 3 are from the same band. Japanese pressing from 1971, Grand Funk. People That Stopped the War. Backed with Slave to the Land. And there's the back. And the little sticky you see on there is, I'm trying to remember to write the years on these, so I'm not guessing. And I start doing it, and then I just kind of space it. So I did the Grand Funk, and there's the only one in this whole batch that I remember to put the little sticky on with the year. But 1971, People That Stopped the War, Japanese pressing. And then this next one is also Japanese pressing. And this is Foot Stompin' Music, backed with I Come Tumbling, also from 1971. And there's my sticker, like I told you about. And then a U.S. pressing of Sally from 1976 in the picture sleeve. 2 more to go here. This is a promo pressing on the Chrysalis label. One of my favorite guitar players. This is Robin Trower. Somebody's Calling. And this is a mono and stereo radio single. Has the original Chrysalis sleeve. The seller I bought it from actually sent it in the white sleeve. I usually don't put the ones that come in the Rec Company sleeves in white sleeves, but since it came in, I'm just going to leave it. Very clean copy, and nice to have the original correct sleeve. And then finally, this is I probably have like 8 or 9 singles from this band, and this is just one I didn't have. But this is Paris by Air by Tigers of Tang, one of the new wave of British heavy metal hopefuls, and this was on the MCA label. Love's a Lie on the back. There's a little thing here saying that free with single special Tigers earring. There is no Tigers earring in this. So I have no idea. I've never actually seen the earrings that supposedly came with this. I'm actually just checking to make sure I didn't miss them because I'm kind of curious what they look like. I should probably just go online and look it up, but I haven't. But there's the single, the center label, Paris by Air, and Love's a Lie. A little more commercial and melodic hard rock metal than like their first album, which their first album was a little more punky and had more edge to it. I really liked that first album. I mean, to me, that first Tigers of Tang was their best because it had that raw, youthful energy. It kind of was in line with bands like Girl School and Motorhead and Tank and, you know, even Venom. It had that rawness to it. And then as they got more popular and they were looking for more, you know, critical acclaim, they got cleaner, they got better players in the band, better singer in the band, you know, and when I say better, not necessarily that the first singer was bad, he just was different. But regardless, I like this band. I pretty much like most of what they recorded, and nice to have another Tigers of Tang single in to add to my new wave of British heavy metal collection. So there you go, another 7-inch vinyl update in the books. Like I said, I'm probably going to do a UFO single collection pretty soon, and an Anthrax as well. So that's it. Appreciate y'all watching once again. God bless. Stay strong.